Another day, Midwest, Northern Illinois, winter is here. We're gonna try to beat the breeze today. We got our windows installed back here yesterday, the window frames. Every year I think to myself, why do I do this? Why do I go outside in the miserable cold and freeze my butt off? And then at the end of the day, I get in my truck and I get to turn around and look at what I did, and that's usually enough to make it worth it. So let's get at it. Let's not mess around. Let's not talk too much. Greg is looking at me. He wants to get going. I think he's a little crabby this morning. Maybe he's tired. It is Friday, so we've been working all week in the cold. There's something about wearing all them layers, you know? Just wears you out. So a lot of people do not do house wrap on a building. Actually, I've seen very few do house wrap, but it kind of is a standard for us on a heated shop. My thought is the building science of a home, you put house wrap on a home as a weather barrier, a windbreak, keeps the weather out of your house. Mainly the wind is a huge heat loss. Greg, are we going uphill?
Yep.
We need that. So our thought is a steel building or a steel skin exterior does not do much for stopping the wind. So in order to stay efficient, we opt for house wrap. Problem with house wrap on a post frame without sheeting, it's very, very difficult. Oh, good. Almost.
Hey dude, you left another nail on the wall.
No, I left them all on the wall.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. I did my best.
I took mine out.
So that time lapse clearly didn't work, but we got this bottom section house wrap ran. We'll now cut out our windows, install our windows, run our grade board, get our wainscot. Then we'll go ahead and run the upper row of house wrap and put our upper steel on. So that's kind of our goal today, is to get this side done. Good start. Now this is kind of blocking the wind a little bit so it's not as cold too. You gonna run the laser?
Yep.
So Greg's gonna go and get laser marks so we can set our base trim. Perfect. So these are the windows we're going to use. I'll show you what they look like when they're open. They're made by Plico up in Wisconsin, Elkhart Lake to be exact. But what's nice about these are a nice aluminum window, and they have a thermal break. And what that means is there's actually like a rubber, think like a rubber gasket installed between the inside and outside so that there's no heat transfer or cold transfer through the metal. That is definitely important because a lot of cheap metal buildings will use like just a solid either steel window, metal window, aluminum window, or a metal door with no thermal breaks, and that's when you get a lot of frost on the inside of your heated shop. Good workout. That's all you gotta do is just tag team bust out a bunch of wainscot. I gotta sweat up now. I gotta sweat going. Time to go get some lunch. good. Come back after lunch, we'll run our wainscot top trim, house wrap the top, start running top steel. Hopefully we get that done before the end of the day. Start of a new week, Monday. It's actually kind of nice out. The weather isn't too horrible. We've got, I had to go do some administrator type stuff, pay some bills. Guys came out, they finished, if you remember, on Friday. We just got done with this wall at basically at dusk. I mean, it was dark out, so we couldn't really finish. We ran some screws through it to hold it, but this morning the guys, they got that all done. We are going to get on this end wall. It's a big end wall. We got to frame in 2 windows still. I ran out of some 9-foot lumber that I needed to span between these posts, so we're gonna get that done. We'll go ahead and house wrap it, get our windows installed, and hopefully that's our goal today, is by the end of the day we'll have this wall done and that wall will be done, which means half of the exterior. The 2 easy sides though. Greg hit a deer on the way home from work Friday. I said, Greg, what's all over your boots? He says, just blood, beast of my burden. That's not what he said, actually. What'd you say? The blood of your enemy? Yeah. Yeah, I messed up Greg's truck. Yeah, poor guy. Poor deer. Greg's alive. That deer ate. Got our house wrap ran on the lower, we got our 4 windows installed, we got our J channels around the windows, we got our wainscot done, and our D2, which is what we call our transition trim above the wainscot. Love these colors. Look at that. It is a thing of beauty. What never ceases, oh, hey, there you are. What never ceases to amaze me is the way that you become productive when the weather changes from complete crap, which is what it was Friday, to somewhat gorgeous. I mean, yes, it's cold, it is winter, that's what you're gonna get, but the wind is low. We're having a good time, man. This is gonna be awesome. We're gonna get this done this afternoon. Cross your fingers. That gives us 2 walls down, 2 walls to go for the rest of the week. The goal is to get done with the exterior minus the porch that we got to build and get in on the ceiling. All right, we got our house wrap up. Now what we're doing is we're getting our measurements to each wall girt. And what we'll do is we'll transfer those measurements to our stack and we will punch it. That way all of our screw rows are straight and in line and there's no guessing, no chalk lines. So we got it all stacked up, ready to go.
1A1, 209, 239, 269.
Well, just finished another day here in the dark, and that's something I wanted to do, but I really wanted to get the end wall steel up, because once we put house wrap up, I really don't like to leave it open to the weather and elements. So we stuck it out. It's not that late, but it's dark, so headlamps for the win.